Welcome to Vocabulary Wednesday. I am Chris with Magoosh, and we got a fun little theme today. It's 4-letter words, many meanings, such as our very first word here is bent. Bent. I'm bent out of shape. My hand is bent. Can also come from British. That's really bent and corrupt. I mean, so many different definitions, but what are we going with here? We are going with one's aptitude or ability. Like to have a musical bent, for instance, means that you can hear a song and play it by ear on the piano or some other instrument. So a natural ability is one's bent, which is really interesting because it doesn't sound like any of the other definitions. Next, we have a very common word, neat, as in that's nice and tidy or neat. Wow, that's cool, that's neat. But of course, GRE obviously has a very different definition. And if something is neat, it is overly kind of simplistic for convenience sake. For instance, in this video, I was thinking, oh, let's just say 4-letter words, 2 meanings. But that would have been a little bit neat, kind of lumping everything just into that category, because if you think about it, that word bent just now had a bunch of meanings. You know that bent can also be a thick grass, right? So many different meanings. So to say just 2 meanings would have been a little bit neat. Again, kind of slick and simplistic for convenience sake. And that's not what we're up to here. We're all about nuance. Rent. I'm late on my rent. Or it can mean to tear violently or tear a hole through. So for instance, if there's a rent in my garment, or I guess here my plaid shirt, that means there would be a big tear down the middle. Or to rend someone apart, this comes from the verb rend, means to pull apart violently 2 things. So again, a lot of violence there with rent. And I'm guessing if you don't pay your rent, depending on your landlord, possibly violence. Fawn. I'm not talking about afternoon of a fawn or deer, and no, that's spelled differently, but I'm talking about to fawn over somebody. If you fawn over someone, you treat them as though they're a god or a celebrity. Wow, you're the best ever, man. I want to be just like you, blah, blah, blah. And that's where that word fawn comes from. Now, this word pops up a lot actually in vocab word lists. It's usually not defined, but it is used to define other words such as sycophant and obsequious. Sycophantic, obsequious, those are both adjectives for a person who's a kiss-up and tries to, flatter someone in order to get ahead. So basically they fawn in order to get something. But now you know that word, now you know those other words, and I will see you next time.